Alrighty, everybody. This time we are out at Marion, North Carolina disc golf course. This one's the Boulders up in North Cove. And just starting us off there, throw my compass downhill. Stops just before the creek. Got a nice tap-in birdie to start the day. Hole 2, really scenic hole, 560. Got to carry that creek, runs all the way. Pulling on my straighter red destroyer, get it to flip up to flat, rides, lands pretty much center cut of the fairway. You can see here, probably got about 190 in, throwing the harp, throw it out nice and wide, get pretty fortunate, jump up there, have about 20 footer here. Good first kind of tester putt for me to start the day. Been working a lot on my putt in the backyard, so It was nice to see that one get striped. Hole 3 here, just under 400 foot, but it plays uphill significantly. Throw that same straight red destroyer right through the gap. Starts to fade a little bit. End up, probably 70 feet short. This hill, and as early as we were playing, we weren't getting any skips in the grass, so kind of just stuck into this side hill here. Go with the jump putt and cash. So yeah, probably the longest putt we've had on video here. Good to see. Throw my glow Firebird out here on this hole. Just want to start it left, kind of let it fade back. Almost dunked it. About 5-footer tap-in birdie. Hole 5, I saw the Bogey Bros from Foundation come out and play this, and I learned that you want to throw something with a little more skip on it rather than a mid-range despite the distance. So I do that. I think I get a pretty good funnel in. I'm not sure if it hit this tree or what, but leave myself about 20-footer. You can't really tell just because there's a ridge kind of between me and the basket. And the first fortunate break of the day, we get a band down putt drop for us. Hole 6, after starting 5 for 5. I thought this was a par 3, so I really kind of opened up on my Halo Destroyer, thinking I'd get a little skip back down towards the basket on the other side of the sidewalk. Again, just Velcro grass this early in the morning. So it sticks here about 80 feet. I decided to just lay it up. No need running it. There's a creek right behind the basket. You see me there with my second putt. I actually did run it and drew a little metal, and it dropped just short on the other side. But anyway, tap in birdie. 6 for 6 to start. Hole 7. I actually played with the idea of laying up short of this gap. And the gap's probably about, I would say, 400 feet. I also think this hole plays significantly further than 506. I'd say it plays closer to 600 plus. But anyway, get the destroyer right through the gap. Throw my Color Glow Firebird. Have about 35 feet and another one. So real hot start today. Hole 8, you kind of have your options. You can go big hyzer like I just did. You see that middle gap? That's where the basket is. I know there's a forehand gap too, but it seemed like it had kind of grown out. But the big hyzer drops me about 15 feet deep of the pin. Pretty significant backstop there, so no worries about going long. Another tap-in birdie. Hole 9, kind of the first drive to, I wouldn't even say really get away from it. You can see it finish up there on the left side. You want to land right of that big tree, so I end up having to just pitch up. There's really no reason to run that. It's on a cliffside, and also wasn't really a very good line. Hole 10, this one I think they'd made some changes to, at least from what I saw on UDisc. I measured it out at 555. They had it listed at 300 something, which just couldn't have been right. Plays as a par 4, I would say, because there's no real way to get to the green in one. You can maybe throw a big roller, but the gap that you have to hit off the tee is just too small. But we went compass just to hit the gap, and then Firebird, nice tap in. Hole 11, second lucky break of the day. Kind of gripped that one, got really skinny through that V-tree gap there that you see instead of hitting the main gap, but dropped us in close for a birdie, so we take those. Hole 13, Another one where I'm not sure about the distance. It says 305, but I'm going destroyer here. And I actually get a pretty big skip off the sidewalk that kind of winds through there, and I'm deep of the pin, but not far right enough. Get a little off the top band. Take a par, but the way that we were playing, I was okay with that. This one, hole 13, the one that you want back, I would say. 220 feet. There's kind of low limbs, so I thought I had to go Firebird skip, and again, just didn't get any reaction out of the ground, so I'm left about 60 feet right of the pin. Throw up a prayer, but not answered. Hole 14, one of probably the two most scenic holes on the course, I'd say. Looking at the mountains, you get to just absolutely let one fly after a few kind of sidearm holes. I get this red destroyer about as good as I would say I can. End up here, I was thinking about jump putting it, running it, decided just kind of to casually flick the harp up. Bit too much turn on it. I was kind of trying to give it a half bid, but we end up about 10 feet left. Should be a routine cleanup here for us. Get it to 11 under through 14. A little further than 10 feet, I guess, but the way I was putting, everything felt like it was going in today. Hole 15, 344, but again, plays up a significant hill here. I threw that about as good as I could with my kind of flippier destroyer. Left here maybe 40-ish feet, I'd say, short of the pin. Cash the putt. That one felt good. That was a trickier putt than I think it looks on camera, kind of up in a lift, but here we go. Hole 16, bunker basically plays in front of the pin the whole way. Throw my felon out, nice and wide, play it safe. Get a first generous skip, I would say, of the round. Puts me up 10 feet away. Hole 17, probably the top two scenic holes. Same red destroyer, throw it, get a nice big turn out of it. You hear me start talking to it there a little bit. It's finishing out. And left in a precarious spot because it's a par 4, so I say there, tournament play, we're just going to lay this up. I did run the second putt for anyone wondering and skipped right off the top. You see me go getting it out of the bunker, and that's why we lay the first one up. Take the birdie anyway. Hole 14, pretty cool sidearm shot here coming out of the tunnel. You just want to get enough distance so you can attack this green. Playing straight up a hill again. Going with my flippier Firebird, get it up to flat. I thought it was really, really good, but it ended up being about 25, 30 short. Not exactly where you want to be on this elevated pin. But again, we just had it going.